Brendan, it's great to see you, and I appreciate you being able to join us on this. You say this is the bazooka because I'm looking at the 4% market reaction over there and feeling a little unconvinced.
Yeah, it's definitely the monetary bazooka, Kelly, that you're seeing numerous interest rates being cut in China. You're seeing a lot of support for the real estate sector in terms of mortgage rebalances, as well as, most importantly, the Chinese government basically said the stock market is going to stop going down, that they're sick and tired of the mainland market's decline, and they're going to allocate 500 billion RMB to the stock market. So, yeah, we're seeing the monetary side of the bazooka for sure.
But so many of these measures were self-inflicted and run deeper than maybe they want to admit. You know, is this a message that private sector business is going to be more unfettered than what we've seen in the past couple of years, technology in particular?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's been an admission of a mistake, policy error, and now we're seeing a pivot to rectify that. So certainly they within this announcement, this very broad announcement from the PBOC, the CSRC, their version of the SEC, as well as one of the other regulators, they actually talked about promoting private equity as well as venture capital. So they're looking at trying to move a super tanker, which has been some of the negative sentiment. And I think that will take time, but this is a very clear indication that they're sick and tired of the stock market going down, and they're doing more to support the real estate sector, which is really geared to the low consumer confidence we're seeing in China today.
Peter Bookvar this morning was saying he was hoping maybe it could give a boost to Hong Kong stocks that have been sorely lagging. We have seen Chinese stocks now up 15, or the KWEB up 15% this month. How much more might there be in terms of investors who want to jump into Hong Kong or the KWEB or a Chinese, ETF or stock market? Where should they go, and how much more upside do you think there really could be?
I mean, these securities within KWEB, Kelly, are at discounts of, they're basically trading at valuations 2/3 of their U.S. equivalent. So you're talking about stocks that are trading at forward PEs of an 8 or a 9. So I think just simply on a multiple expansion, a simply doubling of that PE. I mean, there's always going to be a bit of a China discount, but I don't think it's unreasonable to think that these stocks can get to, call it instead of being a 2/3 discount to maybe a 1/3 discount, which means I think there's actually significant upside, really driven by little to no exposure from many investors to this space. Mag 7 was the most popular trade in the B of A manager survey, followed by short China.
Wow.
So, I mean, this just shows the underallocation of the space, which is why I think it can pull money in off the sidelines back in.
But is it going to be a meaningful change? So from people who are trying to figure out, okay, do I allocate a portion of the portfolio to this because suddenly Alibaba is going to be a high flyer like it once was? I mean, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Yeah, I think, let's be realistic that, China is only about 2.5% of the all-country world index. For many investors, that number is probably 0. So our counsel has been simply, why wouldn't you just take a small piece of your profits from U.S. tech, from Japan or India, and put it into cheap China? Because of the high beta of the names like we hold in KWEB, that small allocation can have a real meaningful benefit to your broader portfolio. Because when KWEB moves, it goes up, it can really move. And we've seen that, unfortunately, to the downside. But I think there are some green shoots, some positive. And so I'm not allocating, you put all your chips into China tech. I mean, I've got a disproportionately large position,
right,
but no one else should. So I'm just saying, why wouldn't you just take a small piece of those profits from what's done well, put into what hasn't?
Yeah, we used to say that about gold, but now gold is flying and China's all over the place. But maybe this time they can bring some more meaningful change. We'll see. Brendan, thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it. Brendan Ahern from KWEB.